that I feel is like really, really effective. I think not enough people practice it or work on it. I feel like this move is super old, but it's not used enough. Like, people need to realize that you can just do this. And it's the easiest to learn. Like, go ahead and come down to your knees. So I'll have a guard, and then all I'm gonna look for is like a simple baseball bat. I could have the elbow. I could have the elbow or a simple baseball bat grip. And then once I'm here, I place my feet on the hips. This guy's gonna be pulling his elbow in. Like, he doesn't wanna give me anything. So as I'm holding, I look like this. Now, most of the time when I hit this, is because now that he's here, you feel pretty safe, right? Like, I might try to scissor sweep you or something like this, but you feel pretty safe. You might be trying to get your arm back. Yeah, you might be doing something like that. And then now he might stand up. So if he stands up right here, I'm just gonna raise my butt and pinch my knees around his shoulder. And then I take, look at from here, I'm taking his thumb and I'm pulling his arm to the side. As I squeeze my knees, I make my knees go to the right, my right, his left, and then I pull his arm opposite direction, and you go here. Now, 90% of the time, this is not gonna work. It's the easiest arm bar to learn, but it's not gonna work. This guy's a competitor. He's gonna rotate his thumb down. He's gonna turn his thumb down, and to avoid the elbow lock. But this will always get us a nice omoplata. Force his wrist towards your hip, pass your foot over. As I'm here, sitting up, grabbing the waist, and then we go towards our omoplata finish. Immediately, as soon as possible, my right hand's on the mat. I don't want it to be on my right hip. I want to be on my left, and I want to be elevated and on top of my opponent. So once you guys are here and you grip, immediately bite this left leg tight and bring your foot up to replace your hand, foot behind you, and make him carry your weight. No more sitting on the butt, guys. Get the weight on him. You're not gonna hurt anybody because I'm not going forward. That would force him into a forward roll. I don't want him to forward roll. I wanna put weight on top of him. So if he tried to forward roll right now, I put weight. So if he forward rolls, he can't. I can put my foot here to stop it. Even if, go ahead and tuck into the forward roll a little bit. Yeah, I can put my foot here, and you see I cut the shoulder. Even though he's trying to roll now, I'm blocking his path to the forward roll, and I'm grabbing his wrist. Look at how much the omoplata is coming out. This is great. I don't want the omoplata super deep in here. I mean, I'll take it if it is, but I don't need it. This is actually higher leverage anyway, okay? And then I just bring it forward and get the tap, okay? I'll let my partner out. So, as I said earlier, this kind of armbar, this crude looking armbar, sometimes I'll go here, here, and then a guy will pull out. He'll pull his arm out and you'll go here. And then now, you see this position, you can go right to your omoplata. That's how I started learning the omoplata when I started. You see that? The guy will pull out of the armbar and then you'll attack the other with an omoplata. Well, just the same, sometimes I do an armbar and I get to here and a guy will start to stand up. As the guy stands up and he starts to stand completely up and he starts pulling out, I'm like, oh, I put my feet on the hips, I bring my other foot back, I raise and pinch. Sometimes I'll knee this guy in the jaw right there, so watch out, guys. Boom, I pinch here. If his head, bring your head down. I don't want it like this because there's lots of room rattling around here, so you need to kind of get your knee there and then force and attack the arm. If he rotates his thumb down, immediately go for the omoplata. Look, see how I go from here to here? He's carrying my weight. This allows me to also take care of him. As he starts to roll, you stop the roll, post the foot. That's how I finish. I'll talk about later, some other time, we'll talk about the breakdown, how to break a guy down. Like if he was laying on his belly or his right hip, this would be ideal. But it's not realistic that you're gonna do that to people all the time. It's way more realistic that he's gonna be on his base trying to roll out. So you gotta know how to finish a guy who's trying to roll out, not a guy who's silly and stupid and probably not a good choice of words to describe the opponent. What I'm trying to say is a guy who doesn't know enough about jiu-jitsu and he's falling on his belly. If he falls on his belly, yeah, you're gonna get him,
but the good guys aren't gonna be there. So we have to finish them when they're on their base, okay? In addition to learning to break them down, okay? You guys need to see it again.
I'll see it one more time.
One more time, do you wanna see it? You want me? Okay, here, right? So, okay, so again, like maybe I'm in the open guard. Maybe I'm playing, you know, I'm around here and I'm playing and I'm controlling an arm, and it's literally just that. It can be done when he's on his knees. See that? You said you're gonna wanna rotate. Yeah, you gotta rotate. There it is. He rotated. I go right to here. My butt's elevated. See that? Now, right there. And I'm locking that far shoulder usually. But a lot of times the guy will stand up. So if he stands up and he pulls his arm back, I mean, I got nothing. But again, if I'm controlling, okay, and the guy's trying to pull away and I raise, see that? Boom, right there. And you're gonna get a lot of omoplatas out of this attack. The first attack won't work usually. If it does, great. But here's another reason why the move doesn't work. You don't wanna hurt your training partner. You know, like when you're here and you guys go like this, the only way to make this move work is to do it fast, which means I have to go, and then immediately like crank his arm. Because, you know, obviously I'm grabbing his thumb, trying to stop the turning of the thumb. But if you squeeze your fist tight, and then rotate, most people can do that, okay? Most people can do that. So what I'm trying to say is, because we're caring for our partners, we're gonna go slow, which means what? They're probably gonna turn their arm. In other words, in a competition, real life situation, yes, grip it tight, pull it fast, break their elbow. You know, but with that exception, in training, you're almost always gonna go a little bit slow because you're not trying to hurt your training partner, which means it's never gonna be an elbow lock. When I say never, I mean 1 out of 20 will be an elbow lock, maybe 1 out of 10. The other 9 out of 10, the guy's gonna turn his thumb down, you're gonna get an omoplata, hopefully. Okay, so let's go to work. 1, 2, 3, get it. So I don't really have a name for this armbar. It's pretty simple. It's been around forever. Very old school style of armbar. It's really easy. You know, when you take a beginner and you teach them a regular cross arm lock, that kind of armbar requires like learning, oh, here's how I turn my hips. Here's how I align myself perpendicular. This one is like, just square up with your partner, feet on the hips, teach them how to elevate their butt. Once they learn how to elevate their butt and they, you know, little Suzanne Summers, little knee pinch. This is the Suzanne Summers, guys. Okay, the thigh master. Once you get the thigh master squeeze on the shoulder, it's very, very simple. Just pull the arm, you know, to the side and, you know, you get the submission. So easy armbar to learn. We have a great follow-up going to the omoplata, which will happen with more advanced people. If you do have a beginner, be careful with their elbows, but you might get some elbow locks. So I would get them definitely from time to time. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.